welcome to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him at GodsFiveMinutes@gmail.com. Now, here's Ed Wilson with God's 5 Minutes.
Hello, friends. Revelation 5:1 reads, "And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book, written, sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming, Who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof? And no man in heaven, nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book. And it wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. And one of the elders saith unto me, Weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof." The passage is descriptive of the tremendous level of holy behavior and commitment necessary to bring the world God's great plan of salvation. Through the centuries, leaders without number have thought themselves capable of solving the puzzle of bringing happiness to mankind, but only Jesus has succeeded. No one else could open the sealed book to the spiritual changes which alone make that possible. Take the case of Samson. His birth was forecast by an angel, just as Jesus was. He is born to a woman who was childless, just as Jesus' mother had no older children. He came at a time of critical need to his people and was endowed of God with supernatural strength, making him uniquely able to meet that need. Yet for all that, he was a flawed human being, and despite the peculiar qualifications given him, he betrayed his people and failed his cause. The sad disfigurement of his character, which led to his captivity, mutilation, and death, are so characteristic of the great fatal something that has made the whole human race perpetually its own worst enemy. The angel who visited Samson's parents told him that there were special requirements laid on his life, but they weren't really moral requirements. He was to not cut his hair, for instance. No doubt the angel knew he had no power to keep more stringent moral law. And Samson's father said unto the angel of the Lord, What is thy name, that when thy sayings come to pass, we may do thee honor? And the angel of the Lord said unto him, Why askest thou thus after my name, seeing it is secret? We humans name our children by our fancy. We call a girl Alice or Susan because we like the sound, or we had an ancestor named that, or any other reason. In God's lexicon, we are each given names that are descriptive of our innermost character. Thus, Jesus called Herod a fox, and 2 of his apostles Boanerges, which means the sons of thunder. The word translated secret means wonderful, remarkable. Well, secret. Wonderful is also the name Isaiah gave to Jesus. He is wonderful because he is absolutely holy, and he brought that holiness down to man. Although Samson's parents were given a special place and he was set up to come to the world and act in it in a role similar to that of Jesus centuries later, although they were part of the holiest people in the world at the time, the full comprehension of the name Jesus, with its essential incorporated moral purity, was more than they could possibly endure. Samson's fame lay in his great strength, which he used against Israel's enemies at the time when she was a conquered land. For instance, using the jawbone of a donkey, he was responsible for killing 1,000 Philistines. He captured foxes and used them to set the harvest fields of the Philistines on fire. He tore loose the gates of a city from their foundations and carried them for miles before setting them on a distant hill. But for all his enormous strength, he could not control his own passions and at last lost everything through the schemes of a harlot. Victory over his enemies he had, but victory over himself was a sealed book. Jesus Christ broke the seals on the book, himself showing the same tremendous power over every spirit and temptation of evil as Samson had over the Philistines. Friend, Jesus has power rather to deliver you from the devil's clutches in the same way and give you victory where needed most in your life. Have you talked to him today?
You have been listening to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him by email at GodsFiveMinutes@gmail.com. Tune in next time to hear more encouraging thoughts from God's Word on God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson.